Hey everybody, this is Tazitis. So, we got another episode here, and this episode's going to be an interesting one, because I've got to tell you guys some of this stuff has been happening to me lately. I really hope that this video records, because there's been times where I've recorded episodes similar to that, and whether due to memory or something else and all, these videos have kind of crashed, and it's been kind of disheartening for me to be able to tell you guys a lot of this stuff and all, only to then have it be erased by something unknown, or something that is known, like memory or something else like that. So today we're going on the other side of the tunnel. So I just want to put this torch right here, and I just want to start by saying I am not making this stuff up. This is stuff that has actually happened to me behind the scenes, and even though I love creepypasta and I love things that are like fiction and stuff and all, this, unfortunately, some of this stuff that's been happening to me, and even though I did put SCP and all, and try to make it as creepy as possible, a lot of stuff that's been happening to me has not been stuff that's been my intent. I like creepy things, but this, to me, is a little bit difficult for me to do, especially when I've got so much stress and so much stuff going on with me. We're going to survive as I'm going to tell you the story of what's been going on. It's nothing extreme, and it's nothing like Ooga Booga or Boogeyman or anything like that, but it is odd. And it is unexplainable, I guess. In my personal opinion, it's unexplainable why this keeps on happening to stuff like me. So I'll try to start at the beginning, but a lot of this stuff is randomized. A lot of this stuff that I'm trying to tell you, so I'll probably just start with the more recent events. If I can. Hey, guy. Blow up, blow up, blow up. Sorry, I got distracted. Also, if I get distracted, sorry, I really am trying to dig and trying to mine as I'm telling you guys the stories. Okay, so about a while ago, shortly after I got done with the plans for the to build the village and to expand the village a little bit bigger and to make it a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger and everything else, I basically removed an entire mountain, if not two. I removed two different mountains and stuff. I basically decided I wanted a break from that because it was just so hard work, and it was like 3-4 days worth of work, and I almost didn't even post any videos on it because it was just so much hard work for me to be able to keep playing Minecraft that long and everything, and to keep going and going and going, constantly hurting my hands and constantly hurting myself. Surprisingly enough, playing Minecraft, which is something that I'd never done before. Hurting myself while playing Minecraft isn't something I'd done before and everything else and all, even though I'd done multiple big projects and stuff. But anyway, I contest. I liked what I did, and I was very proud of the projects and all I did. And I can see the iron and all, so I'm very proud of that too. So. But, after I gotten done with that project and everything else, had decided to go, and work on the decks and stuff and everything else that we had talked about and everything and all for the fishing decks and stuff. The area where we were fishing and all, I'd also planned on going out of my way to go kill and defeat the plague doctor and all, or the curer, as they call him here in this instant world. It was very difficult to do and everything else, but I noticed afterwards I started having a lot of these glitches and stuff and all. And a lot of these glitches and stuff that started happening were unavoidable. And I noticed I started to have them around that same area. The area around the lake and stuff. Of course, I figured I knew what it was and all, because I knew what it was because of all the times that the plague doctor had summoned an entire legion of zombies or skeletons, and that they had then eventually died and turned into drowned. Hundreds of thousands of these now is eventually going to cause your system to crash, I'm sure. I mean, how many times can you spawn in zombies and drowns and stuff and all, where they die and turn into drowns and not have anything like that happen all? I mean, it was ridiculous. But still, I tried to muscle my way up, and I was like, alright, it's just the drowns. So I muscled my way through it and all. But then, as I started to build, I started trying to construct things and all, get away from the village and stuff that I was trying to construct, I noticed that the infection and everything had now started to spread to the village, and I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, it was like I was walking through syrup. It was like I was walking through syrup. Things started happening, and even where I couldn't place down blocks. Blocks, as you guys had seen in multiple videos and all. Blocks that I had seen in multiple videos and stuff. Oh, cool, I got a carrot. Had where I would put down the block, and the block would suddenly disappear. But it would always appear in my inventory and all, and I wasn't sure what was going on, and I still ain't sure what's going on. But whatever, you know. And it would be stuff like that for a while, until finally it started to get worse. I started to lag, I started to get slow, I started to get irritated, everything. So I just decided to move. And I decided to go somewhere else without telling you guys. And I've told you guys that I was gathering material, which was true. I did not lie about that. Not at all. But it kept happening. Every time I went to a new area, especially something like that, and even though I tried my best not to, I kept going back to that dang cave that I didn't want to go to. I didn't want to go back to that cave, because ever since I'd been watching Ray Gloom Creepypasta, the cave felt unsafe to me. It didn't feel nice. It didn't feel good. It felt like there was eyes on me and there was nothing that I could do. And I kind of spooked myself out. But I told myself it was all just illusions. It was all just fakery. It was all just something that wasn't... It was all just something inside my head. But the more that I went down there, and all of a sudden, my Kindle started to lag, and I couldn't do anything. There was nothing that I could do. Eventually, I decided to swear off going to the tunnel in general and all, which is sad because I was planning on taking the tunnel, and I was going to take the entire cave, and I was going to use it as a Halloween expert, where I could then go to the Halloween. I could then turn it into something for Halloween for you guys. Something with the vampiric area and everything, which would have been perfect for my vampire theme. It's something. I would have been able to build it up. I would have been able to use SCPs and stuff and all. And I would have been able to do something really cool for you guys. By the time Halloween came around, it would have been awesome. Because it would have meant that everything for Christmas and Halloween would have been pre-built. And I wouldn't have had to stress about that and all. And I could have just added and I could have experimented. And it could have been really awesome for you guys by the time Halloween actually came around. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Things got in the way, and I wasn't able to do any of this. And, well, like I said, the lag started happening. I wasn't able to go to the tunnel. I wasn't able to free the tunnel and everything else. SCP started coming through the tunnel and stuff. And just one thing led to another after another after another. Just one thing just kept on happening. No matter what I did, things started happening, and I wasn't able to prevent the lag. I wasn't able to prevent the stuff from happening. It got to the point that I wasn't even able to place blocks anymore. And that was like the irritating thing about it and all. But I assumed it was my fault. I didn't have memory. I assumed I didn't have the memory. So I don't have a memory card, so that's my fault. So I assumed it was my fault. Because I just didn't have enough memory inside my thing. Or maybe I downloaded something different. SCP-2345. And then stuff like just what happened now happened. Oh my god. How do I even explain this? Okay. After a while, things just started happening. After a while, that just kept on happening to the point that I moved. I had gotten so sick and tired of it and all that I decided, you know what, I was going to move away and I was going to go somewhere else. So I decided to move far away and started to go up the hill and stuff, where I noticed the lag was not happening. I noticed that the lag was not happening anymore. It was so relieving to actually have something not happening anymore and all, that to the point, I actually built Picaro Village. I actually built Strawberry Picaro Village out of sheer relief, not even intending to build it and stuff, even though I had pretended to build it, because I found another village and stuff, and I pretended to make Picaro Village. Not pretended, but I decided to go ahead and build it and all because it was so awesome. I'd actually finally had an area where I didn't have the lag. The lag was gone, which was a relief to me. But, as you say, you always got to go home. No matter what I did, I had to go home to at least deliver the material that I was gathering and all. Because at the end of the day, it is still my home, and we spent a lot of time and money and stuff on it. Spent a lot of material on this. There's no way I'm going to let some stupid lag and everything and all destroy my home and make it to where I can't get home. Not going to happen. But stuff like what you just saw started happening. So stuff like that. So I started trying to communicate with the ghost that was happening in the cave. So whenever something bad would happen, everything, like I'm talking about really bad, like I would die or something would happen randomly that I couldn't solve, after I got home, like what you saw, like out of nowhere, I would just die. I started trying to communicate with the ghost or whatever was going on, whatever was happening. And for some reason, I don't know if things got better or worse, because things started happening. Because by the time I even tried to start communicating with the actual whatever the hell is going on with this thing, whether it be a creepypasta, a ghost, or whatever and all, things just started happening and all, where I would die randomly. I wasn't able to like get the stuff that I needed to get and everything else and all, and things would just happen. The recent events and everything, which just happened earlier today and last night, were probably some of the worst. I would go back to the village and everybody would be still. Like literally everybody would be staring off in a direction. Some people would be moving, but other people, the villagers, they'd be staring off in a direction that I never saw. They would all be staring off in different directions, and I had no idea what to do. I couldn't place blocks. The blocks would disappear. No matter what I did, the blocks would disappear. I even dug a tunnel, thinking that, okay, I'd take this tunnel and I'd make it an SCP thing. I dig a tunnel and I make it an SCP thing, making it like the SCP were inside the wall, inside the mountain, of which I just gotten done spending so much time digging out and all. So then I took the SCP building and all and tried to do like this, only to then look behind me and realize that the wall that I just dug had been building itself in. I had to run for my life. Literally in Minecraft, I had to run for my life like some Indiana Jones thing. Run for my life and do the best I could to hurry up and get the hell out of there and all before the thing had filled up. The thing had filled up behind me and there was nothing I could do. I was freaked out, as you can imagine. I was freaked out. Something had just tried to kill me in Minecraft and there was nothing I could do about it. Anyway, the recent event and everything was when I went to go look at my cows. I went to go look at my cows. All my cows were frozen, and as I remember putting a gate on the actual cow fence. There was no gate. There was only the gate. There was only the fence. I chopped off the fence, only to then have the gate not be able to put back. For some reason, I couldn't get the fence in my inventory and all, and the cows I knew would start to get out. I couldn't do anything. I looked inside the barrels. I looked anywhere. The barrels would not open. I couldn't get any dirt. And I tried to get dirt, and they wouldn't go in my inventory. It wouldn't even look like it broke. The block had disappeared, and nothing would happen and all. I was freaking out, and then all of a sudden in my bar I noticed that there was bubbles, like I was drowning, like I was underwater and drowning, and I have no idea what was going on. I even went as far as to get in the chat and everything and chat with the whatever the hell this thing was. To get whatever the hell this thing was to stop or whatever. And for some reason it wouldn't stop. No matter what I did, it was like it went from okay to somewhat okay to then not so kind to then I don't know. Like I even asked it in the chat, I don't even know if it can see this thing. I didn't even know if it could even hear me. But it needed to stop. It needed to stop because it wasn't funny. It wasn't okay. Whatever it did, it needed to leave me alone because it wasn't funny. After that, I didn't know what was going on. I was in the middle of recording and all. I went behind here and I noticed that this white sheep just came out of nowhere and all. It just appeared out of nowhere. I didn't know what to do. So what I did is I grabbed my sword and I just chopped at it. Literally right here, I chopped at it. The minute that I had hit the sheep, my entire system crashed. It had crashed. There was nothing. of my stuff left. My recording deleted itself. Everything that I had worked hard for had deleted itself. And the the thing with the bubbles on my head in the cow pasture and everything else, the cow pasture I could not resolve. I had to resolve it later and everything when I came back and was somehow able to collect the fence and put it back. But by then, some of my cows had already escaped, and the bubbles were already starting to come back again. No matter what I did, the bubbles were coming back. I was drowning without being in water. I was drowning in on land, and no matter what I did, so I decided to try to start killing myself in Minecraft by myself. If I was going to die, at least I was going to die on my terms. For some reason, the game wouldn't let me die. I jumped from high heights. I went into pure lava. I went here. I went there. I went everywhere and everything, tried to get rid of myself. But for some reason, I would not die. It would not let me die. It would only let me drown. It would only let me drown. It would only let me drown by unknown circumstances. There was nothing I could do. It was scary. I didn't know what to do. And that is why I was like, I had enough and decided to come back here and get my iron. I grabbed my stuff, I put everything away inside my container, and I came back here. And no matter what I did, whatever I had to do, I had made my way all the way back here, where I feel a little bit safer. But not for very long. Anyway, that's basically the update of what's been going on, you guys. I don't know what is going to stop these changes and stuff and all. I just know that I don't like them. I don't like the lag. I don't like what is happening. And I don't even know if putting a sand disk and getting myself more memories is even going to stop what's going on. And I don't know. I'm desperately doing everything that I can. Oh my god. I'm desperately doing everything I can not to delete this world and everything because I don't want to delete it. This is my world. I worked hard on it and I have worked my ass off trying to get this world. And I literally even told the thingamajig the same thing. I worked hard to get this world where it is. I worked hard to build up this from nothing. I don't want to delete it, and I don't want to hurt or disappoint you guys by having to start over again because I know you guys get sick of me starting all over again. And I don't even know if I'm even going to be able to put this on YouTube or be able to post this because every single time I've tried to do something like this and all, or tell you guys something like this, something happens where the footage gets deleted and I can't even tell you guys what's going on. That in itself is scary enough to me. But I wouldn't say scary as much as I would say annoying. Something is trying to shut me up. And I don't like it. But anyway, I hope you guys, if I do manage to record this, I really hope you guys are listening, and I really hope you guys understand what I'm going through behind the scenes. I don't want you guys to be scared because I'm not scared, but I am freaked out that I'm not going to be able to create and do stuff in my world the way that I want to. But I will figure it out. We've already figured out so far that being in this world and everything and all, there are pocket dimensions where there's glitches. There are seemingly pocket dimensions where there are glitches and where there's just too much lag, where I cannot do anything. And there are places like this where me and you are able to do a whole bunch of stuff. So if we have to start over, we'll just start over on a different part of this world. From now on, for right now, we're just going to be in the snowy biome, and we're just going to be here, and we're just not going to worry about it, and I will be updating you guys. Also, I already recorded a little bit of footage of me trying desperately to get away from the drowning, so, drowning area where the thing would not leave me alone, I was drowning on air, on land. Thank you guys so much for watching, I really do appreciate it, and, I really hope this footage stays recorded, and, thank you guys so much. Don't worry about it, we'll figure it out. I'm not worried, so you guys shouldn't be either. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Stay tuned.